For today's cup of coffee, we have something that's very interesting. This is along a psychological bent.
Ooh, I can do it because it goes into the realm of ASMR.
Oh no, you're going to make that microphone fly away again. If you all saw our setup, it's very tedious. See, I don't find that satisfying. I find that annoying. Anyhow, this does sort of go into the realm of ASMR, but in a different way. And this comes from Grunge and was written by Aaron Homer. It was updated June 23rd, 2022. And the article is entitled "The Scientific Reason Why Oddly Satisfying Videos Are So Popular."
Yes.
And Aaron,
They're
honey,
relaxing.
They can be. They can be very relaxing. And Aaron, honey, I felt like I was grading a middle school English paper.
He was... listen, he did better than most. He did better than most I have seen.
Not really. Not really. Of course,
really?
I have no idea. When somebody is supposed
Brutal.
to be a
Brutal out
journalist,
here.
when somebody is supposed to be a journalist, when they were supposed to be writing for a living, there are certain things that you can expect.
I was trying to write a script.
Grammar, sentence structure, all that good stuff.
When I write the scripts for my videos or whatever, whenever I produce them, whenever that may be, I'm going to have you proofread them.
Oh, yeah.
But also, like, I was making one as far as haunted dolls or the fear of, like, what I don't remember what it was, but I ended up going on a tangent about the movie Magic.
Well, you can do that, and you can incorporate different ideas. You know, it's just a matter of not trying to put too much in one thing. That's why a lot of times I tell you to focus on the subject at hand.
It went into the subject, but I just delved into, like, the characters and shit.
Well, and that's okay. But it's a matter of what is your original intent. That's true whether you're doing public speaking or whatever. Now, we'd be in porch pondering or living room pondering.
Loves it.
But I do kind of try to keep you within the general realm of the topic.
Yes.
Sometimes he is now medicated for the ADHD. I did forget mine today. I don't have to take it every day. But I'm not.
I do.
My type of ADHD is different than his.
I have to take it every day.
And he really doesn't have the hyperactivity as much as I do.
No.
And he can sit still and do stuff for hours. And it's like any of these kids that will sit still for hours and days and weeks doing video games or whatever like that. Oh, hell no. No, I can't sit through usually a 30-minute... No, it's just an inability to do that. It's hard for me to sit still for 30 minutes at a time without getting up and going and doing something. Even with the medication.
Even with the medication. This one shrunken head has, like, Lydia Deep bangs.
Yes. Yes. That has nothing to do with oddly satisfying videos.
It's oddly satisfying because I can swing it.
Oh, God. Anyhow. And so, Aaron writes, for nearly 20 years now, the internet community has been part of an experiment, well, yeah, that for all intents and purposes has been a success. We just don't know what part of an experiment that it is, and I didn't sign any kind of release, did you?
I wasn't aware of the assignment.
Right. YouTube, which has been a thing since 2005, according to Britannica, has effectively given anyone with a video camera and an internet connection the ability to produce their own mass media. And the result is that platform hosts videos about anything and everything.
Loves it.
Yeah. But also it's one of those that they fear, you know, those who are trying to control the narrative fear the fact that other people can, you know, speak freely
Yeah, and the fact there are mass awakenings.
Well, yeah.
Government, you fear that? You better be fearful.
One YouTube subgenre that has exploded in recent years is the oddly satisfying subgenre.
I love them.
Videos that fall under this category generally show a task being accomplished, such as power washing a driveway.
Yeah, I love those.
Or some application of geometry, such as a bar of soap being cut into squares. Mm-hmm. The exact reason oddly satisfying videos are satisfying has eluded science. According to Discover magazine, although the answer almost certainly has something to do with the same reward system in the brain that, in extreme cases, manifests in obsessive compulsive disorder, or OCD.
Loves it.
I don't think that he really that was a stretch for that connection to be made. It really was.
Actually, no, not really.
No, really, it is. As I continue to read further, and it says that though YouTube is the go-to source for oddly satisfying videos, they're everywhere. Media can be hosted. Like I said,
She freaked out right there because like they did a everywhere where.
Yeah, really. I mean, it's just like this is. If you all would, one of these days, I will show them the notes that I make on these things just to get the information that I do.
Just so y'all will know.
Oh, and it says the genre in its online form actually got started on a subreddit message board.
Yeah.
And you can go to the link in the description box and get the subreddit address on that. And that was according to reporting by The Guardian. It says that the forum, as of June of 2022, had over 7.1 million subscribers. So that's a
lot.
Oh yeah, that's a good thing there. And it says in 2016, the oddly satisfying video phenomenon exploded, according to the New York Times. The concept of oddly satisfying and ASMR are often discussed in the same breath, though they are not the same thing. They're related.
Yeah.
Again, piss poor sentence structure. Anyhow, ASMR stands for.
That's why they're basically just notes. People don't usually read these verbatim.
I'm not. But you could. Some of them you can.
Some of them you can.
If they're well written. Anyhow, do you want to tell them what ASMR stands for?
I can't remember. It's something meridian.
Autonomous sensory meridian response.
Yeah.
The scientific name given to a physical sensation of tingling.
Wait, is it? Hold up. Let me read that. Autonomous.
Is it? It is. Autonomous. Yes. Because it's late in the evening and my brain is like mush. He waits till we get late up in the evening and it's just like, wait. Now my brain is mush. Anyhow, this is the scientific name given to the physical sensation of tingling, particularly one that starts at the intersection of the neck and shoulders and tingles down the spine. ASMR can be triggered by such things as whispering or clacking fingernails rhythmically onto a surface or crinkling paper, etc.
Literally, sometimes these things do give you that response. Sometimes it's like the follicles will just like.
I've never been able to, mine I think is like physical touch. Coffee slurp, talk amongst yourselves.
Maybe your brain's broken.
That wouldn't surprise anyone.
It's just a little cracked.
That's a lot cracked. It says, through the internet, it's possible for people who experience ASMR to identify what triggers it and then to watch a video that generates the desired response. Oddly satisfying videos aren't necessarily the same thing, although there's doubtless some overlap. A video of a hand-squishing slime, and in particular the audio of the event, for example, may produce a feeling of being satisfied in some users, and it may trigger ASMR in others.
The slime videos are meh to me. I
think it's disgusting sound, that squishing.
It's not the squishing that's the problem. It's the fact that I would rather be the one doing the squishing.
Well, I can understand that.
Now that's what's satisfying. The most satisfying is when you have the actual slime and you squish.
But see, that's not a pleasant sound for me, and that is like the is it mukbang, whatever it is.
That's pronounced
the people
way.
Chewing. I don't like to hear myself chew. So why would I want to sit around and watch other people chewing? It's like Invader Zim. You're sitting there making that lip smacky noise. No, get away from me. Get away from me. It says, at the same time, a video of someone power washing a driveway may satisfy millions of users, but trigger the ASMR event and only a few others. Now, that is a very soothing thing to me.
It's so loud, though.
Well, I mean, you can turn the volume down on it. And
not in real life. And it's like you go inside.
And it's like the dude that cleans the carpets.
Mm-hmm. I do like to watch those.
You watch that lots. And the how it's made.
Oh, I love how
those
it's made.
Were some of the earliest oddly satisfying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's actually where a lot of this trend started, and they probably didn't even remember that show.
Probably not.
They probably weren't born when that show was on. And says the scientific community hasn't quite nailed down what it is about oddly satisfying videos that make them satisfying. And author Nathaniel Sharping, close enough for jazz, notes that videos they don't know. Nobody knows. I could just make random names up and nobody will know.
Damn.
That notes that the videos depicting activities such as a dirty
Limar Bonaducci
being power washed trigger a feeling of completion, the same feeling of satisfaction that a human gets from a job well done. And he quotes, the oddly satisfying videos appear to tap into a subconscious urge toward what psychologists call a just right feeling. It's the sensation that arises when we put things in order. He writes, and this feeling of completion eludes people with obsessive compulsive disorder.
Yes.
Which I think is very interesting. And these OCD brains somehow don't always register completion and then resort to repetitive tasks in their quest for that reward. So I thought that was pretty interesting, and I found a more comprehensive, because it made me think about it, and I'm like, this is almost like a meditative type thing when you watch the oddly satisfying. And I'm like,
yeah,
have studies been done to find out as far as brain waves? Couldn't find that, but did find a very intelligent answer on, is it Quora? I think that's
Quora?
How the little French man pronounced it. It was Quora.
I think so.
And thank you, little French man on YouTube, of how to pronounce things. I appreciate you.
Hi, little
greatly.
French man.
He's wonderful.
Oui.
I told him, it's like he's my go-to guy. And this is under the question, what's the science behind satisfying videos? And the answer came from Rohan, and it says that he lived in India, and that was 3 years ago. Wonderful, comprehensive. There's, this link will be there also. Pictures and everything. So, very good. It says there aren't any studies on oddly satisfying videos. Again, this was 3 years ago. But a few psychology studies hint at what people might be getting out of the experience, such as meditation and relaxation. Meditation, as we all know, is the process of doing an activity with all our focus on it. Watching these videos is a sort of meditation as we indulge ourselves into them. Meditation has many incredible benefits on our body. It reduces cortisol, which is the stress hormone, and adrenaline, and boosts the growth hormone and increases the amount of melatonin, which is the sleep-boosting hormone in our body.
Wow.
And all these chemicals help our body to function properly, thus making us happy and relaxed. God knows we all need some of that today.
Yeah, we all need that recently.
Absolutely.
A lot.
And also, effects on the emotions. In these videos, we tend to see things that we all might not be able to see in our daily lives. There is a feeling of curiosity and interest that arises in us when we see videos of pottery, cake decoration, sand cutting, slime videos, etc. Well, that's probably one of the reasons that I like the manufacturing things and stuff, because that curiousness. How is this made? How is this done?
How is it made?
Yeah.
How it's made. The show.
Yeah, that was the reason. That was a wonderful
And Unwrapped.
show. Yeah, that was another really good show.
Yeah.
The Unwrapped, which showed about food products, candies, and cakes and stuff like
Yes.
that. So that's really fun. Also, another thing that oddly satisfying videos.
Fangs.
Videos.
You got a fang?
You really
A thing.
can satisfy. See, this is what happens. I will have a minimum thought, and then kid totally distracts me, and then it's gone. It's just gone. Geometry and symmetry. We humans like symmetry. Many psychologists have theorized that perhaps symmetrical faces are an indication of good health, and that there is even a theory that the brain prefers symmetry because it can process it easily.
Well,
I can see how that would be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, the last one that Rowan had stated was completion of a task. That was something the other article had mentioned. When we complete a task, our brain releases a chemical called dopamine, which is a pleasure-causing chemical.
Spare dopamine.
In other words, seeing stuff done feels good. These videos thus cause the same reaction in your brain as completing a goal in real life. Thank you, Rowan. That was very well stated.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's like serotonin.
Concise, comprehensive.
It's like serotonin. I like serotonin.
Yes, they came in because that it was a simple thing to read. It was well done, so that gave me a sense of satisfaction and completion.
Serotonin.
So if you're not familiar,
Spare serotonin.
if you're not familiar with the oddly satisfying videos, I urge you that there's bunches
They're on
of
YouTube.
them.
Go find them.
Yeah, and I'm sure that they're probably on other platforms. I just haven't searched for them on some of the other ones, but you can get lost in them, and I think sometimes you can get lost in them because it's almost something that your brain and or spirit needs. Because I wondered if it was not sort of a meditative thing. It would be interesting for them to do research to see if the brain waves change in the same way that, active meditation does.
Yeah.
Because we all need stress release and relief.
I agree.
So, yeah, go find you some of the oddly satisfying videos and just lose yourself in them for 30 minutes, 2 hours, whatever. If it goes into days and weeks, you've got a problem.
Go grab a bar of soap and carve into it.
Yes, that's why we had I couldn't put the candle in there because the handle of the knife would have gotten hot. Because I think of these things because I should really work for OSHA.
You should. You really should. You would do damn well at that.
I would be a good employee.
Oh God, everybody would be hating you though.
Well, it's
Because you
like
would be
this.
enforcing it left and right.
The whole basis of OSHA is to go through a workplace, look at potential...
Life is dangerous.
Potential
If you're gonna die,
hazards.
natural selection.
But if you're going to die, do it on your own time. Don't do it on the manufacturer's
Oh, fuck that. Do it on the
time.
manufacturer's time. Fuck those businesses up.
Oh,
They don't
no.
give a fuck about your life anyway, so you know what?
Where the hell did that come from? How many poor people do you know have created businesses that hire other people? How many people?
I'm talking about the higher-ups.
Now, how many
They
people?
don't give a fuck about the people's lives.
It's the people don't have to work there. We're going off on a tangent. That is their choice whether they want to work there. Now, the reason for OSHA is to go through and try to edify these people. Don't do this. This is stupid. This can hurt or kill you. They train these people. So if the people go forth and they make them sign...
Are you listening, Amazon?
They make them sign things that they have had this training and that they understand it. Therefore, if they go through and do something stupid or get themselves killed, they can't sue the company.
Exactly. Because this company cannot be held liable at any point.
It's like this. If you run your hand under like something that manufactures boxes that has very sharp things, now whose fault is that? Is that the manufacturer's, you know? Now this is for HR. Don't hire stupid people.
Hire the stupid people. Kill them off quickly.
But OSHA, I mean, you shouldn't have to tell people if somebody's on a ladder, don't walk under it. Or if somebody's on a ladder, don't shake the ladder. But
or if somebody's on a ladder, don't tilt to a side or whatever.
Right.
Don't
Right.
straight up and down.
But because the world has apparently gotten dumber, yeah. It is not a company's job to care about the employees.
With the fucking pallet jack.
You know, not everybody. Now, remember, he's Gen Z.
I was in the back of the Goodwill riding the pallet jack like it was a damn scooter.
Were you supposed to be doing that?
Hell no, but I wasn't the only one doing it, and it was fun as hell.
It doesn't matter. Now, if you all had fallen off, busted your head on the concrete, whose fault was that?
Hey, life is short.
Well, yeah. It's like John Wayne. It's like life is hard. It's hard if you're stupid. This is why I ask for prayers all the time. If you've had experiences with the paranormal, supernatural encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, if you have Gen Z kids, if you have oddly satisfying videos that are, favorites of yours and you'd like to share those, if you've got local, regional, or family myths, legends, send us an email, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com, and that's also going to be in the description box.
Yes. And if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and most of all, subscribe and click that notification button for daily notifications of daily uploads. Brain glitch there for a second.
It happens. It's not just us.
It's fine.
It's okay.
It needs a reset.
It's all right. Know that you're loved, and we'll see you.